My name is Bill. I was walking like 1.5 miles a day. Then I started noticing that when I finished, I had to go get on my front porch and relax. Started really getting hard on breathing. When he came back with the x-rays, he says, Bill, he says, I want you to go get Masana and go straight to the hospital. It was mesothelioma. He told me there was no cure.
When I played sports, my dad would always bring me to practice, never miss. So as soon as he got off work, he came home and we jumped in the car and, went to practice. My dad worked in the industrial field his whole career. Just finding out him bringing home some of the stuff that was a secondary exposure to me. I've been diagnosed with mesothelioma.
My dad worked at a fertilizer plant in Convent, Louisiana. I'm not aware that my dad knew that he was being exposed to asbestos at the plant. The diagnosis of severe asbestosis affected my dad in many ways. He couldn't do the normal activities that he was able to do before. It was kind of a slow progression, and then towards the end, it kind of just sped up, where he couldn't really even walk 10 steps without having to take a break just to breathe.
My husband's name was Earl. He was a grain operator. Came home dusty a lot of times, but it was from the grain. Earl did not speak in the terms of him being exposed to asbestos because I don't think Earl was aware of what was being handled over there.
I had treatments of chemotherapy and immunotherapy.
They started treatment for the cancer, doing immunotherapy.
Earl had gotten sick late one Friday evening because he lost a lot of blood. The blood was like tar. His doctor called me in the next day and told us that he had mesothelioma.
Once I found that I had mesothelioma, I needed to get me a lawyer, Barron and Budd. That's who I should call. And so I called them. They came out, I think within days, at my house in Mississippi.
When we got the law firm, Barron and Budd involved, really things started moving really fast.
My mom and dad chose Barron and Budd primarily from a referral from a previous client of Barron and Budd's. Barron and Budd was absolutely the right choice for our family for this case.
How I got the name Barron and Budd, my husband and I, the commercial came on the television, so he preferred Barron and Budd. And I asked him why. He said because they speak with honesty.
I would recommend Barron and Budd. They take care of business.
If I was to give advice to someone, I would say, without hesitation, call Barron and Budd.
If somebody came to me and was diagnosed, or a family member was diagnosed with either asbestosis or mesothelioma, the first thing I would tell them is to seek help right away from a law firm. Specifically, I would recommend Barron and Budd as that law firm. So it's very important to start that process earlier because you don't know what's going to happen down the line.